I got this. I got it. It's all good.
As you know, you had a song called That on That we played on Power 106, and we allowed the public to vote. We put a Drake song, he was Behind Bars freestyle against that, and you won 55% to 45%, man.
I just want to say I won.
Now we have a lot of fun with this, man, but I'm super intrigued to know, like, based off of the relationship, and like I said, maybe it's even a similar relationship with my father, because I know my father like put a lot of values in me early on, but my father wasn't there the entire time. I have a very similar situation to where, you know, my mother was a single mother and had to do a lot on her own, and there was a large amount of time where my father wasn't around. But then obviously me and my pops is super cool now. Do you have to deal with any of that stuff from like the upbringing of Drake, or him kind of living in Toronto without you at times? We hear it in his lyrics sometimes.
I had a conversation with Drake about that. I have always been with Drake. I talk to him, if not every day, every other day.
Wow.
And we really got into a deep conversation about that. I said, Drake, why are you saying all of this different stuff about me, man? Like, this is not cool. And he goes, Dad, it sells records. I said, okay, well, cool.
I wish my dad was that understanding.
Talk about me.
Nah, because there's times I feel like even my dad, who's like one of my guys right now, one of my closest friends, and we've had, you know, different times where even there'd be 6 months I wouldn't speak to my dad, just, you know, as a kid growing up, or, you know, he lived in North Carolina, I lived out here on the West, and as a grown man, I can step back because I'm a father myself now. I can say like, oh man, I understand where my dad was coming from, where he probably wanted to be there, he wanted to spend more time, but he had other children, he was trying to become the man that he is today. So I don't hold any grudges. But then there's certain things where I was like, even as a father who's now, you know, dealing with the unorthodox household, to where I have baby mamas. So I want to be able to speak to my children every day, or even the days where I'm at work or they're moving around, that they feel that their father's presence is there, because it's super important. But I also appreciate the fact that I was allowed to become a man and figure some things out on my own. And as like even like my character in Drumline was like, man, I did it without you. Like I have that like that thing with my dad where it's like, yo, I respect you as a man, you respect me as a man, and you've instilled some great things in me, but it's still like I didn't come up in that household where it was a mother and a father in the same household. My parents, I feel like, I always tell people my parents they had sex one time and they had me, because they were teenagers. So I have a different story, but I think it's actually brought me and my parents closer together, because I feel like we kind of grew up at the same time. So is the way, because it is an unorthodox situation, do you feel like that birthed the artist that we know as Drake? Like, because the fact that Drake is a little bit of everything. He's American, he's Canadian, he's black, he's Jewish. He gets to have so many people's experience, and I think that's kind of what makes him unique. And you were a part of that.
Well, actually, a lot of people don't know. Drake has, I took Drake down through there, so to speak. I exposed him to every aspect of life. I never hid anything from him. I never kept anything from him. I took him down through there, and I showed him this side of life. I showed him that side of life. He's always been around music. My family is all about music. My uncle, Willie Mitchell, who was discovered Al Green.
Oh, wow.
From Royal Studios ever since 1957, 6 or 7, in Memphis, Tennessee. I took Drake down through there, and I took him with me, and I showed him. I used to let him shake tambourines with me on stage. I did a matinee on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
On Sundays in Toronto.
That's crazy.
And I take him with me every Sunday from 2 to 5.
Wow.
and let him shake the tambourine on stage. So that instills something in a child. I don't know if you've seen this little kid, Baby Boy Drummer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's outstanding.
He's just
incredible.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
And because when you take a child and you expose them to that at an early age, they're bound to make it.
Yeah.
They're bound to be somebody.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So.
So you knew.
I knew. I mean, we started Drake out in print work.
Really?
He did a print work for Toys R Us, Sears, the Royal Bank of Canada. They had a big banner in the Royal Bank.
Right.
Drake's picture on it when he was 5.
Wow.
Yeah. And we started him out in the business, like this is something he wanted to do because he saw what I was doing. So he was really interested in it.
He was trying to follow in Pop's footsteps.
Yeah.
And that's like, I became aware of Drake.